What is going on, people of YouTube? My name is Kurtyoy and welcome to Game Week 26 review. Basically the show where we look through what happened in the previous game week and see who did well and who did not so well. And who did not so well? Villa defenders. Yeah, not a good game week for them. But who did well? Liverpool defenders. Especially a really strange one that is actually the top scoring defender for this game week. But we're going to look through them all in due course. But first of all, we've got to look through the best goalkeepers. And really, it picked themselves. We've only got 3 goalkeepers that kept a clean sheet this week. So, yeah, that happened. And I got one of them right. I said Fraser Forster will continue his record. He did. Another clean sheet. He played against Swansea away from home. And that is an impressive little record to have. 6 consecutive clean sheets in the BPL. Coming up though is Chelsea. The biggest task yet. If you can get that right, I can see Bournemouth being a clean sheet, I can see Sunderland being a clean sheet, I can see Stoke being a clean sheet. Liverpool aren't that tough, and you got Leicester, Newcastle, Everton, Villa. The only real tests come, like the proper bad tests, come against City and Spurs. And if you can conquer Chelsea, who knows what it's going to be. He's also 5 million, so you missed your window to get him cheap. I will be moving into my team this week for Mr. Bunn as... well, I don't really need to explain it, do I? But he's a good pick. And also, without the R, Ben Foster. Forster and Foster making another appearance together. He picked up a nice 7 points. Got a yellow card, 1 for a bonus. Also made a few saves too, which also helps the point scoring. Which he could have got 8 points in the end, but instead he got 7. Takes him up everyone else. He got the best for the game week. He played against Everton. Surprisingly, held Lukaku off. I did say Lukaku would score. Other way around. Foster marshalled everyone, and every shot that came in towards him easily dealt with. And lastly, we have got Mr. Simon Mignolet. Yeah, should have really seen this one coming. I don't know whether I did put him in there, but yeah, picked up a clean sheet against Aston Villa away from home. I probably didn't put him in there just thinking it's Liverpool, they're bound to concede, but they didn't, and they made Villa look silly. And I think that just shows how bad Villa have been this season, and worrying times for them. I think they're doomed to relegation. It's now, you're seeing 19th as the potential last place, because Villa are already confirmed last in my eyes, and that's pretty much all I can say on that. But Forster, Foster and Mignolet, fantastic game weeks from them. Only 3 keepers to keep clean sheets, so good for them. Now move on to the defenders. I did say there's a strange defender. Big up Mr. Kolo Toure, who picked up a whopping 14 points. He scored a goal, he got a clean sheet, and he got 2 bonus points, making his total 14. And considering his total points only for the whole of the season is 21, that is mental. Absolutely mental. But pretty much says, 8 people cashed in on him, and 8 people got very, very lucky. But he is probably not one to go for every game. By the way, if I'm going on it, Ben Foster, I'd say 50-50, it's your call. Fraser Forster, yes. Mignolet, no. Can't be reliable. But Kolo Toure is a no. Also another no is Mr. Nathaniel Klein. He had another good game week. 13 points, grabbed a goal, clean sheet. Only 1 bonus for him though, making his total 13. And then, on the 12, and again, like I say, there's only 3 teams that kept clean sheets, so only be one of 2 teams, Southampton or West Brom, and it was West Brom. Jonas Olsen picked himself up an assist, which is weird for the big man. He also got a clean sheet and 3 for a bonus, making his points tally a huge total of 12. Which again, I look at his point tally of 54, and the fact, I didn't go to goal before, 4 other clean sheets, or 3 other clean sheets barring this one. You can't really predict this sort of thing. If I'm to say anything, all 3 of them would be no. I also would be but 4.3 million if West Brom do get their Pulis ways back and start to, really pile on, the pressure of trying to get out of the rut they've been in and get a few clean sheets like Pulis teams can do, then definitely worth about 4.3 million of your budget. Moving on to midfielders though, we have quite a few big scorers in there. In fact, to be precise, 7 big hitters in double figures. Starting off with Philippe Coutinho, who didn't score but picked up a whopping 3 assists, which is very rare, I do say. 1 for a clean sheet, 3 for a bonus. Surprisingly, he got 3 bonus points. He was the main man, making everything click. And it's the first game he's played in quite a while, coming back from injury, did very, very well indeed. Maybe worth bringing him in, especially as he's gone down from 8.5 to 8 point nothing. So, worth it. but I'd wait it out for now. Next game week, they do not have a team, so that's why I'd wait it out, because you don't need to bring him in now. Then after that, you got Man City again. Wait out for that one, although they did play again well against them. Wait out for that, and then see how he does then. Moving on to our second best performer, which again 15 points, is Pedro Rodriguez. It's basically just Pedro. He picks himself up 2 goals against the worrying side of Newcastle, 3 for a bonus, and then played the whole 90 minutes, picking himself up 15 points. Also, another route to get onto he could have got the highest scorer this week, but unfortunately Andros Townsend scored in the last few minutes, so he didn't get that. But 15 points, a respectable total nonetheless, and also another player that has come back after a while of not really playing full 90 minutes worth of football. And lastly, another Chelsea player comes in for Willian, who had a fantastic game week, and he grabbed up a goal, grabbed assist, clean sheet, 2 for a bonus, and also played over 60 minutes, making himself getting 13 points. Another one to mention is Dimitri Payet, and goal, assist, bonus, minutes played, definitely another fantastic score. I just chose to put Willian in there. I don't know really, I just like the 5, I like the 5. And I like the fact if you get more, even if you had the yellow cards, I just like the fact that you get 5 things on there. I much prefer it rather than, you look at that and thinking, he's only got 4, but I'm really like that. Also, big up to Ericsson, who did very well against City. You got Afellay, who actually decided to do something for the second time this season, and Kazari, who seems to be a very, very good signing. 2 assists in the last game against Liverpool, 1 goal against Manchester United, doing the business for Sunderland. Can he keep him up? Who knows? Now lastly, we've got this forwards to go on to. We've got, surprising amount of, surprising surprising strikers. I'll get my words out in the end. I'm very bunged up at the moment. We've got Troy Deeney. He's coming in there, 13 points, rocking it, 2 goals. I don't think he's actually done that this season. That's the first time he scored a brace, which is great for him, and it means that they actually have another goal scorer, except with Ighalo. Apart from the fact, I think if you still look at Watford's, and you look at their goals, which are here, no one else has scored more than 2 goals. In fact, only 3 other players at the club at the moment have scored, except Ighalo and Deeney. So worrying for Watford. 5 different goal scorers. I'd definitely be worried. But moving on now to the next person, which is Diego Costa, who had a blinding game week. Scored a goal, grabbed an assist, getting a bonus, but it was against Newcastle. However, the man-eater continues to impress his goal-scoring run. And next up is away against Southampton. Can he break the clean sheet of Fraser Forster, or can Fraser Forster stop the man-eater, continuing his impressive goal-scoring run at the moment? Who will know? I don't know. I'm not willing to take a bit on it either, because I literally cannot split them. And last up, I had choice between Martial against a Sunderland side like to concede, or Rondon against an Everton side, and I thought Rondon against Everton, picking his team up and win, 2 for a bonus, grabbing a goal, and playing over the 60 minutes, bringing his total on to 8, beating Martial, because scoring against Sunderland should not be praised that much, especially if you're Manchester United. So, thank you guys for watching. Just to run over who I think you should bring in, who I think you shouldn't. So Ben Foster, it depends. It's your call on that one. I'm going to have yes, no, or your call. So Ben Foster, your call. Fraser Forster, yes. Simon Mignolet, no. Carlo Torre, no. Nathaniel Klein, no. Jonas Olsen, your call. Pedro, no. Coutinho, your call, but I'd say no until a few game weeks' time. Willian, your call. Troy Deeney, I'd say yes, because he's very cheap and also can do a bit of a job if you're looking to get rid of money. So if I needed a little bit of money, get rid of a Phobie and bring in Deeney. It's definitely worth the risk there. Diego Costa, I'd say yes, because he's got a good few. I don't think he's missing a game week, and also he's scoring goals, and he's also owned by a niche percent of the market, so definitely worth a punt. And then Salomon Rondon, no, because West Brom are looking poor up front, and he's only scored 5 goals this season, so I don't expect much more from him. Thank you guys for watching. Unless if you like this video, then leave a like. Let me think in the comments down below, and subscribe if you feel like I'm worthy, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.